Hello, we are here today with Facundo Romero from the Marketing Strategy Department at Biogénesis Bagó, and we are going to talk a little bit about the new challenge that we are having in the swine industry. Facundo, it's a pleasure to have you here, and my first question for you it's about the new strain of FMD disease. We are having this SAT1 has becoming a major concern in the swine industry right now. So what makes the difference in these strains compared with the traditional food and mouth disease strains?
Okay, well, thank you, Javier. The pleasure is mine. Welcome to Ho Chi Minh.
Thank you.
We have a good week here in the IPBX that is starting. So, well, as you said, now there are a big concern here in Southeast Asia region because last March, SAT1 serotype was detected in China. It was the first time that the SAT1 serotype entered in China. So the big difference compared with the other strains that have been circulating in the region for many years, that are OA and Asia1, is that the population is innate for the SAT1 serotype, because there is not pre-existing immunity in the population, so the virus has the opportunity to find naive animals and spread very fast.
Okay, and yeah, for sure, this is a really high risk situation that we face right now.
This is a high risk situation, and obviously it's a situation that needs to take action now in advance. Don't wait to have the problem in the country. We need to be prepared to act in case that, or to deploy a good response in case we have the outbreak here.
Facundo, so you have said, and I agree that so the actions must be taken right now. So what are the actions that the pig producers, with your help, can take in order to be working against these new strains?
Well, the action is to develop an emergency preparedness plan. It should include all the stakeholders to be implemented at regional level, national level, and also at farm level, working together with the health authorities, veterinary services, and the private sector. So the first things that we need, or from where we have to start, is doing a risk assessment, trying to understand and manage the possible pathway for virus introduction, establish a strong surveillance system based on early diagnostic, because the early diagnostic is the key point that allows us to control the outbreaks once the virus enters to the country. And then obviously prepare the response, defining which vaccine we must or we need to use, what are the features of the vaccine that we need to use in this emergency context, and what are the strategy, the vaccinations plan, what are the strategy for the vaccination plan that can control the virus spread and improve or develop the higher or the highest immune response in the animal as possible.
And I think this is a really important point that you mentioned, that is to work in the very beginning together with all the statements implicated in that, to really be faster in the way to arrive to that.
We will now during our seminar today, we will talk further about the emergency preparedness and what are all the steps that we need to include in the roadmap, and to work together, as I said, with all the stakeholders involved in the swine production, so to be able to have this kind of fast response.
Facundo, so the next step will be to work on the vaccination. So what should be the main characteristics of the vaccines that we should be using to approach these strains?
Well, there are some international guidelines that said that the requirements for the vaccines needed to be used in an emergency context. One of the first important points is the vaccines must be a high potency vaccines, vaccines that can develop a strong immune response with an early onset of immunity, to develop the immune response in a shorter period of time as possible, and also to stop the virus spread. So on the other hand, we need also a DIVA vaccine. A DIVA vaccine is a vaccine that allows us to differentiate the vaccinated animals through the infected animals. That is a key feature of the vaccines must address in this context, because it's key for the surveillance programs. Also should be a vaccine safe to use it in all susceptible species, because all the susceptible species are under risk with this new SAT1, affecting pigs, cattle, small ruminants. So the vaccine should be safe to use it in all susceptible species, in all the productive and reproductive stages. It is also important, and for different emergency or stockpiling strategies to have the vaccine ready to use. It's also important the shelf life of the vaccine. Yeah. So the vaccine must have at least 18 to 24 months of shelf life.
Perfect. So I think it has been really interesting, this not so long interview we have had about this new challenge that we are having in the swine industry. So if you want to be more informed, they can follow you for sure, and all the things that you are doing, Biogénesis Bagó, and in that way you will be always really close to what is happening right now. So Facundo, thank you very much for the interview, and let's go to see us in EPS.
Thank you, Javier. Thank you very much.
Yeah.